So in the last session, we had analyzed overall ratings uh, to the style advisors by zone, and this was the chart that we had created. Now, what we are going to do is we will be converting this stacked bar chart to, let's say, the funnel chart. How do we do that? Now, this is already created chart, and we are trying to convert this no stacked bar chart to the funnel chart. So this is the funnel chart icon. If you can see this small icon here. So I'll do, I'll just, but before we do that, okay, why we are doing this? So this is something that we have analyzed basis the region. Let's say I want to analyze this data based on the state. So what I will do, on the y-axis, I will remove this zone and add the state filter. Okay, now as you can see, for the same chart we are analyzing the data based on the state, and in this data we can clearly see that Assam is at the lowest, Orissa at the top. So maximum ratings were received by the style advisors from the Orissa region. So why are we able to see this data in the form of state? Because I have selected state here. Okay, similarly you can do the same thing for even for cities. Okay, all right. Now we have got this visual in the form of the this stacked bar chart, okay, which is horizontal. What we need is we want to let's say convert this to the funnel chart. How do we do that? You click on this visual and then click on this funnel chart icon in the visualization tab. So I'll just click on this, and as you can see now, this is where even the formatting remains same. Even no, we have changed the visual, but the formatting remains same, and this is how the visual looks. And we can clearly see that Assam at the bottom with 30%, not 30%, just 30 overall rating points, and Orissa at the top with total 95 rating points. Okay, so this is a state-wise analysis that we can see. Okay, all right. So we have done this much of analysis. Now, moving forward, let's say if you want to analyze the data further, what can we do? Let's say if you have a look at this table, there are two columns which I found are very important in the context of the report that we are requested. First thing I think that matters is, so basically, see, in this report we are supposed to analyze the performance of the style advisors. Okay, two most important qualities are, one is overall assistance rating, right? So how do you judge the style advisor? Based on the assistance that they have provided to the customers, how much they are assisting, how much effort they are making. So assistance is something that really matters. That's why we will calculate this data, this rating, this column. Second thing that what we need is, there is one more column which has got the ratings given to the style advisors, but that is based on the objection handling. You can see there is a rating given to all the advisors based on the objection handling. I feel this objection handling is also very important criteria for judging the performance of these advisors, because it's important how we see. Objection is something, let's say there is a customer and the customer tells you, now see, I feel that this product is a bit on the expensive side, okay, and let's say they are expecting some kind of offer which is not there, right? Whatever it is, right? So irrespective of what the objection is, it is very important as a good salesperson, or let's say as a good representative for the organization, that you handle the objections raised by customers diligently and in a proper way, right? And that is the only way you can create a good experience. So considering that aspect, I want to analyze these two fields. Now, how do we start? So as I said, the one column is objection handling and the second column is overall assistance. So let's create a visualization based on these two columns. How do we do that? So let us create this new visual, and first of all, what we will do, let's say I want to create this visualization on the basis of okay. Let's say I want the clustered bar chart to create this new visualization. So what we need to do is I'll just take this one, okay, and then what we need is objection handling. So I'll just find objection. So this is the first column that tells us the count of objection handling. So I'm selecting this one. As I said, we need to analyze the data based on what? You tell me. Based on the zone. Let's say zone wise we want to, no, not zone wise, sorry. Let's say state wise we want to analyze. So I'm just selecting a state here. Okay, I've selected a state. Now, in a way, this visualization is now ready. Okay. But let's say I want to filter it based on the zone. Let's say I want to have the data analyzed. Like, this is something. Let's say we are. Let's say we want to. Let's say we want to analyze this data based on the different zones, west, east, whatever it is, right? So how do we do that? We need a filter. Where is the filter? If you see, this icon is a slicer. We can use this. So I'm just fetching this slicer button, and then what we need is a zone, because zone wise filtering we would be doing. So I'm selecting a zone here. I have selected a zone, and now let's say zone wise I want to filter out this data. What I will do, I'll select the north, then it will fetch the data for only the states that belong to north region. Okay, the moment I click on west button, it will filter the states in the west. Similarly for south and east and north. All right, so I think that's it. This is how we can create such visuals. Now let's say, just like what I have done this for objection handling, let's say I want to do the same thing for the other column which is overall assistance rating. How do we do that? For this again we have to do the same thing. Let's take this visual clustered column chart. Again we need another, we don't need a separate zone. We can handle the filtering part using this one slicer only. What we need here is, you tell me what we need. We need two things. One is we need state, because again we will be analyzing the data based on the state only. So I'm selecting the state here. Second thing that we need is overall assistance, right? So we'll have to find the column that gives us data of the assistance provided by the style advisor. So I will select overall assistance column here, and we can see the data. Okay, I think I've selected the wrong feature, so I'll just select the correct graph, because I wanted clustered bar chart, and I by mistake I selected this one. So I will select the clustered bar chart, this one, and now as you can see, it is filtering the data for both, for south, for west, for north. So the data is different. Okay, if you say this is overall assistance, and we can compare as well. So as we can see now, this using this filter we can compare the data and analyze for each of the zone. For instance, for south we can see that objection handling in the states of south, the way it is done for which of the states, like it is handled very poorly in Kerala. Okay, in south, both the things, Kerala, if you see, both the things are handled in a very bad way, objection handling as well as overall assistance. When it comes to west, Maharashtra has done better, but Gujarat's performance is very poor. When it comes to north, Assam is at the bottom, Punjab is doing the best when it comes to objection handling, and assistance, Delhi people are good. Okay, when it comes to east zone, we can see that West Bengal is doing really great for both the things. but Madhya Pradesh and Orissa both are struggling, to be honest. Okay, so these are the insights that we can provide to the business owners and tell them what's happening in their business. All right. Now the next part is that we need to do the formatting. How to do the formatting? Again, every time we need not do the formatting. What we can do is we have already created tables. So the only thing that we have to do is we can just select this particular visual, format painter, go to the same page and apply the filter. Now this has done the formatting thing. Okay, like I have done it for this one, I will do it for other two also. Now we need to do the formatting for this slicer. How do we do that? Click on the slicer and then go to this format your visuals pane, and let's see what's in here. So it's vertical. Let's say I want it horizontal. Looks better. Then selection is multiple or single. Let's say I want to keep it single select only, so that at a time I can select just one zone. Slicer header, let's say I want to increase the size and make it bold. Looks a little better now. Font size, let's say I want to keep uniform, that is this for all the visual. Go to the general tab and let's do the rest of the formatting. Properties, no need to change. Style, not, doesn't make much difference. Effects, so all the other things, I don't think anything else needs to be done. Okay, well, let's keep it short and sweet and simple. So okay, one thing I think we can do is we can just increase the font size for this thing. Okay, so go to these values and then make it 12, make it bold, so that it looks a little better. Okay, it's already 12. Okay, but it's just that we are not expanding this thing. Okay, if we expand it, it looks better. All right, see, that's how it is. Okay, all right, I hope you guys understood this. Thank you so much.